I'm Darth Goku, and today we're going to take a look at our Territory Wars defense. This is mainly for my guild. Other guilds may get in and watch this, but it's mainly for my guild, especially seeming our GPs don't really match up to any of the other Anzac guilds. In this zone, we're going to fill it with our Night Sisters. As many Night Sisters as possible is going to deter the enemy from even trying to attack this zone. It's worked very well for us in the past, and we're just going to keep running it until it no longer works for us for now. In this zone, we're going to fill it with our Phoenix squad, and that's just bait. Here you go, here's a weaker team to attack instead of our very strong Night Sisters. But that's really the bait. We're going to give them this zone, and then behind that zone is our actual real defences. Now in this zone, I want our best defensive squads. So get in, it's probably mainly your arena squad, or one of your squads that you're using in the Sith raid, depending on how much GP you've sort of gained yourself by now. In this zone, I want our best defensive Jedi squads, so I'll go ahead and put in the Stiller team here. I've got one already set up in my select squads of my heroic Sith team, so that'll be nice and quick for us. And there we go. Ezra, I don't really want to use him here because I'm going to put him in with me. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put him in with me Phoenix instead of Sabine. So we'll look for another Jedi. Mace Windu's pretty good, especially when you put him in with Bastilla. Sometimes in Territory Wars he gets an extra bonus that makes him pretty much just God. Now in this zone we're going to put our Jawas. They don't have to be very strong. It's going to be anchored by Metnal. Now getting onto anchors, I'll come back to that one in a second. And back in here we want to put our synergy squads, and by synergy I mean squads that work well together. So as you can see here, all of these people are, all these members have put in teams that work very well together. They may be a little bit high for this far back, especially Chewbacca. You might want to put that one towards our best defences, or maybe even up in our Jedi squads that Indiana Jared's going to anchor for us. In this zone, Throne Sage, I'd like you to anchor that one. Hopefully you get the message before the end of the night. If not, I'll chuck some extra squads in there myself. I'm going to anchor this zone, and when I say anchor, I'll explain what I mean. This zone is going to be anchored by Devros, Collie Dog here, Metnal there, Throne Sage here, and me here. So I'll jump in here and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do for an anchor. If you have a look in here, all these squads are pretty low in GP, and that's because that's our scrap zone. You want to throw in whatever you got left, and anything that you're not going to use in the attack zone. Place it as far back as you can in the map. So if for say this back zone with the scraps gets filled, then place them slightly forward. We're going to have 19 spaces per zone, so there should be enough for everyone to get rid of all of their scrap squads. We don't want toons that you can't use in attack sitting there doing nothing. So if you have a look in here on my toons, it goes with everything that's above 6,000. So all the way down here, all of these toons here, I can't do anything in attack with any of these. These aren't going to do anything much for us, so we're just going to get in and play some scrap squads down the back and try and just boost our defensive banners. Doesn't particularly matter what you put. They're not going to last if they get attacked, but that's only if they get attacked. So that's what we're really looking for, is not getting attacked. We really want to hold them up, and this is what our anchors are for, is to try and hold them in each zone. So in this zone with our best defences, if Devros puts in some really good squads, which we all know he has, we'll hopefully stop the enemy right there, and maybe even make them think, well, we can't beat this zone, let's try the Night Sisters. And as soon as they try, turn around and attack two zones at the same time, that is when they're wasting squads. So that's good for us. and it also means that we've made them flustered. Hopefully, if they break through Devros, Collie Dog could do the same, or even Metnal, and that's really going to help our attack or our end victory, hopefully. When we attack, wait for the zone that wait for an officer to mark the zone that we want to attack first. We will decide on whether we're going north or south as soon as we see what our opponents put down. But until then, wait. It's a little bit of a patience game, and when you do your attacks, be patient. Look for a squad that you're pretty damn sure you can beat, or at least kill a few of the members of, and have a crack at it then. Don't try and take on something that you're not sure of, and especially, and this is been addressed by a few members on Discord, it's called turn meter loading. If you go in and attack a team and you can't actually kill even one member, then the next time somebody attacks it, it's full of turn meter, and it's turn meter loaded. Those opponents are going to be extremely difficult for the next person to kill. So if you can't kill a team in one go, or you make a mistake and you start dying off, hit the retreat button, and it will forfeit those characters that you put in, but it will not load turn meter onto your opponent. This is a very big thing when it comes to, say, trying to take out a good Night Sister squad or something like that. If you don't kill off one member, please retreat and let somebody else have a crack at it. If you can kill off one member, then it's maybe okay. We'll move on to our fleets. At the front, we want our strongest fleets, and at the back, we're going to put our weak fleets. And that's just to hope that our strong fleets can hold the zone, and they won't be able to take our weak fleets. Our weak fleets will fall very quickly if they're in the front, so if they're in the back, they're kind of hiding and hopefully don't get attacked, and we get those extra defensive banners. I'd like people to attempt to put down all of their scrap squads. When it comes down to it, if you have any toons left over after the attack phase, those toons are wasted. So if there was a defensive placement to put them in there. That pretty much covers it. I haven't looked at what the bonuses are for the squads this Territory Wars. By the sounds of it, there may not be any. Usually people tell you all about it before it comes on Discord, and they haven't said anything this time. So hopefully it's a straightforward Territory Wars, and because I'm not a big fan of all the bonuses that they throw around, and especially when they give bonuses to the Imperial Troopers, because our guild doesn't particularly have that many Imperial Troopers. That pretty much covers the defensive things I want for this Territory War. So everybody have a good night, and I'll see you next time. I'm Darth Goku. Catches.